got my photo. Sipping on my cup, got my photo. You know she love the camera. Snapping the picture the way she be moving, I love the camera.
Hey everyone, this is Unemployed TechBros and I am Pragmatic 99 with you. And today with me is an amazing person and a great investor and the founder of Zuala Capital. With me, Pakam Joel Johnson. And so, Pakam, what is Zuala Capital and like how did you get the idea for starting this venture capital fund?
Okay, initially, if you look at it, there's a lot of Web3 talents actually in the crypto space, but they don't have the funding to kind of like launch their products. So we as Zuala Capital, what we do is we kind of like as in invest money in them and have an equity in the company. So that way kind of like as they're able to launch the product and everybody kind of like have access to the product literally. So we're kind of like as in financiers for kind of like the crypto space.
Right.
So we invest in literally NFTs, gaming, DEXs and the likes literally.
Yeah. So, like, what are the some big names that of startups that you have that your company has invested in?
Okay, we've invested with in shortlists and we also invested with DHub. DHub is like a decentralized or autonomous organization that kind of like deals with NFTs, blockchain gaming, bringing real life artists into NFTs and all this kind of stuff. Then also we've recently partnered with hoopsAI. hoopsAI is like an artificial intelligence platform that helps to kind of like analyze real markets data.
Right.
Yeah, and hoopsAI actually works with banks, brokerages, even crypto exchanges actually. So like they're not only into crypto analysis, but they're also into mutual funds, commodities, and even the forex market itself. So like they can like the algorithm itself kind of like as in get to kind of like see trends before even the people can even realize the trend itself, basically.
Great. So
Yes.
two questions. Like if any of our viewers have a startup idea and they want to reach out to Zuala Capital for funding, how they can reach out to you?
Yeah, basically you can just go to www.zualacapital.com.
Yeah.
Then from there you can contact us. You can see the
Right.
contact lines. You can contact us through our social media platforms. You can also contact us through our email, our official email also. Then from there somebody will attend to you actually. Then from there you guys will talk and you may send in your pitch deck. Then from a pitch deck, I will kind of like as in take a deliberation and see whether we can have a meeting with you. Then from there, we'll basically move on to see whether we will fund your product or not.
Great. I will make sure to paste all the links in the description. And after the pitch deck, so like what are some of the key points of the startups that you select for funding? Like,
Okay, so basically like we try to kind of like look for at least startup that has like at least 2 founders in most cases. Then we also kind of look at startup that kind of like, okay, they have like someone that has a technical background, not as in one founder should have a technical background.
Right.
And we also kind of like, we do a lot of due diligence before we kind of like invest in a product, literally. So basically like we just do our own due diligence and see whether it fits at that point for us to invest in that kind of product.
great.
Yes.
So some key points that one of the founders should be from a technical background.
Yes.
And so like what are the red flags of startups that you have seen that come to you for funding?
Okay. If you look at some of the startups that come in, actually, they're not there. They don't have the passion to actually build a product. All they're after is the money. As in, they're just after money, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, as in, we don't invest in such kind of product or stuff or startups actually. So we try to kind of like at least checkmate and see the passion they have. We try to even look at their past records of the founders and see what they've done before. And how successful it was also. So like one of the red flags startups founders kind of like make is they are literally after money. Exactly.
Right,
And
so-
as in people that are after money like that tend to kind of like the projects end up failing.
Great, right.
Exactly.
Sure. So don't be after money. And so tell us about your journey into Web3, like how you ventured into Web3. Like was it like a gradual change for you to go from Web2 to Web3, or like it was like in an instant?
No. Actually, it took time. It's a gradual process. Actually, I didn't just become the founder of DHub overnight. Of Zuala Capital overnight. I was actually into Web3 at first. I started as a trader. Like
Right.
trading forex markets, as a trading forex market before I now went to start trading crypto markets also. Then from there I entered crypto like as a community manager. Like I did community management and I also did an investment analyst, like research analyst for GAV Digital, a company based here in India. Then it was from then I kind of like proceeded to, okay, like what next? Let me go to the next level, which is funding project and stuff like that.
Great.
Yeah, and so currently right now I still kind of like take some consulting gigs with other companies also. So like we also serve like as advisors to other projects also, literally.
Yeah. So if you can, just tell the beginners that are, that want to start into Web3 and want to read about, gain more knowledge about the space. So how should they start?
First of all, you need to have the passion for it, because I mean, if you have the mindset that you're coming here to make money overnight, you wouldn't do that. You would just blow off everything you have, like literally.
Yeah, sure.
So first of all, you have to have the passion. You have to learn. You have to learn to earn, actually. Like you have to pay the price to learn. One of the things that kind of like helped me most is connecting with masterminds, people of like minds, actually, like connecting with groups of people that have like minds. Try to network with people. So the more you network, literally get to know people that know things that you don't know. And that way you yourself will level up and learn things that you don't know also. So knowledge is key in this industry. You need to have knowledge, and you need to be able to have the time to research. I mean, before I used to spend like literally 12 hours on Twitter. As in reading threads, doing different things, literally like researching different things and all that kind of stuff, basically. So you need to have the zeal, number one. Number two, you need to network with people. And number three, you need to have that mindset that, okay, knowledge pays more.
Knowledge
pays more.
Knowledge pays more. Right. Yeah.
You have to have the knowledge for it too.
Yeah. So three key points: passion, and finding the right people.
Exactly. Network.
And knowledge.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes. Basically.
So, what is next in the future for Zuala Capital, and like what is your vision for the venture fund?
Okay. Right now, literally, if you look at Zuala Capital, is still early stage. So we're trying to kind of like raise more funding, and I believe once we do that, and we also kind of like tend to go mainstream in the sense that we'll not just be acquiring products in the Web3 space, but also acquire products that kind of like that can merge with both the Web2 space and the Web3 space, literally. And we tend to kind of like go bigger in the sense that not just as in regionally, but want to kind of like go global itself, like as in go very global. So we're literally looking at our means of how we can raise more funds and for deployments, actually. Yes.
Right. At this stage, how do you stay updated with the markets, with the, there is a lot of, rapid transformation happening in the Web3 space. How do you keep up with that?
Exactly. That was why I said it in the first instance, that what you need in this space, you need to be with a network.
Yeah.
You need to have masterminds. So I have I'm in groups, I'm in networks that kind of like, when the next trend is coming, I know about it. Why? Because I'm in a group of people where kind of like everybody knows one thing or the other. So that way, we tend to share knowledge.
Sure. So as you said, like you were before starting your venture fund, you were a trader, right?
Yes.
So in my example, I don't want to trade. I want to like invest my money for long term.
Okay.
So how do I go about that? Do you have something to share with people who want to invest in cryptos for long term?
Yeah. Actually, like long-term investors win the most, because traders who trade actually make little changes. But if you invest long-term, that's when you kind of like get to make the most out of your money.
Right.
And I think the best way to do that is actually to look for a project that is building, research on the founders, and bet long on it. Bet long on it. Leave it like 2, 3 years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Right.
Exactly. But you have to kind of like do your research first before you invest in any products.
Yeah, the major point, do your own research.
Exactly.
And don't go after some influencer saying that this is the next big project.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And yes, just the last question. So you talked about hoopsAI, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of investors like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger said that you cannot time the market. So like, how are you how is this AI driven algorithm, like what is that doing, and is it like kind of timing the market, or how are you analyzing the trends?
It does not time the market.
Right.
It just kind of like it just does the technical analysis for you. It does not time the market. Yeah. In crypto, kind of like since you cannot time the market, everything is probability.
Right. Yeah.
So like what it gives you is it gives you like a higher chance or a higher odds of beating the market, actually. But it does not. It's not 100% accurate.
Yeah.
But to an extent, it is. 9 out of 10 times it's correct.
Wow, 9 out of 10.
Yes.
That's
9
amazing.
out of 10 times.
Yeah. So Pakam, thank you for giving us your time, and it was great talking to you.
I knew too.
And I will make sure to paste his links to Twitter and the Zuala Capital links in the description, and make sure to like, share and subscribe. Thank you again.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much.